Hello guys, how are you doing? Today I going to give you a explanation of Attack on Titan chapter 110 and colored managed is shown along with it for your better experience and enjoyment. So let's start with the explanation of it. At their camp in the Titan forest, Zeke Yeager tells Levi Ackerman about the method he had used to turn the citizens of Rogako into Titans. Zeke, Peak, and a small number of Marleyan soldiers located the small village and chose to target it. The soldiers released a gas diffused with Zeke's spinal fluid and the wind quickly made it engulf the village. He explains that once a subject of Ymir inhales this gas, they are paralyzed and etched with a coordinate. On his command, the paths sends Titan bodies to these coordinates, with Zeke able to impose his will on their pure Titans due to their connection with his beast Titan. Levi admonishes Zeke over his lack of concern for human life, though Zeke professes that he needed to carry out the attack to avoid Marley's suspicion. He asks Levi when he will be allowed to carry out his experiment with Eren, but Levi lacks the authority to answer. Both agree that it would be a mistake to wait around too long, however. Yelena admits to Pixis that she had secretly met with Eren. Apologizing for having hidden this from them, she explains that she had grown impatient due to the wall's lack of urgency. As Eren felt the same as her, they had easily come to the agreement that the military needed to be stirred up. When Pixis asks her why she had not spoken to the Survey Corps directly, Yelena confesses that she had desired to be recognized by Eren, and that she had not conferred with the other volunteers. She says that Eren's attack on Marley was a justice better than she had imagined, and that together they were witnessing history in the making. Yelena finishes by apologizing for going behind the military's back, but swears that all her actions are for the sake of Eldia. Despite Yelena's show of emotion, Pixis is wholly unconvinced, telling her that a good lie would have mixed in truth. Onyankopon meets with Hange Zoe, and expresses his disappointment that the walls are doubting the volunteers. Hange apologizes for this shortly before panikedly telling him about the secret meeting. Onyankopon shows himself to have been unaware of this, though does not deny that it was likely. On Hange's request, he explains his understanding that Yelena had organized the volunteers, and had shown her loyalty to Zeke through her ruthlessness towards dissenting or suspect Marleyan comrades. Hange finds it strange that Yelena had previously lacked compassion towards Marleyans, yet was later outspoken in convincing the islanders to respect the captive soldiers' human rights. Believing Onyankopon to be trustworthy and innocent, Hange releases him from captivity and has him accompany them. Hitch Dryce discovers Armin Arlert while he is attempting to touch Annie Leonhardt's crystal. Embarrassed, Armin insists that she had gotten the wrong idea and he was only attempting to unlock memories. They walk together to the nearby military headquarters, discussing the news headlines that displayed the public's growing distrust in the military. Outside the front gates, they find a large mob protesting for Eren's release. Hitch informs Armin that it was a similar situation outside all Corps offices in the area. As Hitch is called to help garrison the gate, Mikasa Ackerman joins up with Armin. Walking past some Survey Corps recruits, they travel up to Darius Zackley's office, to request permission to visit Eren. Zackley denies them, under the grounds that Yelena had admitted to having unauthorized contact with him, making it likely that Eren is under Zeke's control. He requests that they keep this fact secret. Shocked, Mikasa asks what will happen to Eren, but is unanswered by Zackley, who only stares at his custom chair. When asked about his chair, He explains that he had new recruits bring it to his office just now, as he had nowhere to put it. Despite Armin's plea, Zachary ends their meeting, explaining that the situation requires great caution. Mikasa and Armin think about what Zachary had told them, and find it likely that the military is already looking to replace Eren. While Mikasa and Armin debate over whether to listen into Zachary's following meeting, an explosion occurs in his office. Zachary is defenestrated by the explosion, his dismembered corpse landing in full view of the protesters outside. In spite of the brutality, the crowd begins celebrating and gladly begin a chant of, "Devote your hearts." At night, the military branches congregate to discuss the recent development. Roeg reports that the blast had killed 4 people in total and it is likely that a bomb had been planted in Zachary's custom chair. Armin details that Zachary had mentioned recruits moving his chair, and reveals that he had personally seen new Survey Corps members leaving the building beforehand. Suddenly, a soldier bursts in to disclose that Eren had used his Titan powers to escape from his underground cell. As an order to fully mobilize a search is given, Mikasa fearfully wonders to Armin what is going on. On a mountain path, Eren walks towards his group of followers from the Corps. Flock Forster, who had been broken out of prison by co-conspirators, informs him that they have more followers, including a group who had assassinated Zachary. Flock hands Eren his black hooded jacket, voicing that he is the only one capable of saving the Eldian people. Eren frankly gives the command that they should locate Zeke. In the morning, the military ride out, and Armin encourages a dejected Mikasa that Eren will understand them. The carriage rides past Peak, who reads a newspaper in disguise, having once more infiltrated the walls successfully. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like the video, hit the like and subscribe button, and for the fastest updates turn on the notification bell icon. Peace out.